So we are looking at number 6 on page 50 in the journal. It takes Kania 8 minutes to walk to school, but it takes Tyrone 18 minutes. How many more seconds does it take Tyrone than Kania? So first off, I want you to just circle 8 minutes because that tells us how long it takes Kania. Then, how long does it take Tyrone? 18 minutes. So circle 18 minutes. Now, I want you guys to make lines underneath the word more, under the word more, because that tells me that we're actually going to be subtracting, because Tyrone, we're seeing what the difference is because Tyrone had more than Kania, okay? So if we're subtracting, we're going to put our bigger number up top, and we're going to subtract our smaller number. So we're subtracting Kania from Tyrone's number, okay? So 8 minus 8 is 0, and 1 minus 0, because if there's not a number here, it's like it's a hidden 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So Tyrone went 10 more minutes, okay? But the question wants to know how many seconds that is. So we need to convert this into seconds. So we have 10 minutes times 6d. Remember, when we're multiplying by 6d, we can just bring our 0 down. 6 times 0 is 0, and 6 times 1 is 6. So we have 600 seconds. So our answer for that one is 600. I want us to look at number 7 now. We have Cheryl got a new book. She read for 2 hours on Monday night and 2 hours on Tuesday. On Wednesday, she read for 3 more hours. On Thursday, she read for 1 hour, and on Friday, she finished the book after reading for another hour. How many minutes did it take her to read the book? So we have a lot of adding to do here because we're finding a total, right? So that means we're adding. Well, we know she read 2 on Monday, 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. How many did she read on Wednesday? She read 3 hours on Wednesday. Thursday, she read for 1 hour. And don't let Friday trick you. It said after reading for another hour, meaning she read for 1 more there. Okay? So let's add these numbers up. So we have 2, 2, 3, 1, 1. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So she read for a total of 9 hours. But they want to know how many minutes that is. So we need to take 9 times 6d. Okay, remember I'm just using my little 6d trick. 6 times 9 is 54. So our answer is 540 minutes. Awesome job, class. I really want you to try number 8. Pause the video and then come back and we're going to do it together. But I'd really appreciate if you pause the video, try it on your own, and then compare your answer. And then we'll do 9 and 10 together. Okay? Awesome. All right, hopefully you paused it and you are back to check your answer for number 8. The Williams family decided to visit some state parks. They drove for 3 hours to get to their first one. The family drove for 4 hours the next day, arriving at the next state park. The following day, they drove for 5 hours, and on the last day, they drove for 4. How many minutes did they drive all together? So, the first day they drove 3 hours. The next day, the family drove 4. Then they drove 5. And then they drove 4 more. When it says all together, we know we're finding a total, so we're adding these numbers up. So what's 3 plus 4? 7. Now, what's 7 plus 5? 7 plus 5 is 12. What is 12 plus 4? 16. Awesome job. So if we are doing 16, now we have to figure out how many minutes. So we're going to multiply it by 6D, right? Remember, I brought my peak down. 6 times 6 is 36. And 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9. So my answer is 960 minutes. Awesome. I hope you got that answer right. If not, it's okay. See what you did wrong and fix it. And then pause if you need to. And let's move on to number 9. Okay? So pause if you need to and look at this. And then move on to number 9 with us. So on number 9, it says that Jada's mom said that dinner would be ready in 5 minutes. Damon's dad said dinner would be ready in 8 minutes. How many seconds longer does Damon's have to wait for dinner than Jada? So that how many more tells us that we're comparing, so we're finding the difference, right? So Damon's dad said it would be 8 minutes, and Jada's mom said it would be 5 minutes. So we're subtracting 8 and 5. So 5 from 8. What's 8 minus 5? Don't get too busy and confused. What's 8 minus 5? It's 3. So there's a 3-minute difference. But they want us to find what? Seconds. So we're taking 3 times 6D. Just bringing my 0 down. 6 times 3 is 18. So he's waiting 180 seconds longer than Jada. Okay, let's do one more. Number 10. It took Aaron 3 minutes and 15 seconds to pack his backpack. Ooh, they changed it up. They did minutes and seconds. This week for 5 days, how many seconds is that in all? So now, we know we have, this one's going to be a little different, okay? This one's a little harder. So it took him 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The easiest way for us to do this is if we find how many seconds that is for one day, okay? So we have 3 minutes and 15 seconds, okay? I want to make this all the same, and since we're going to have to change it into seconds, let's just change it into seconds anyway. So let's figure out what 3 minutes would be into seconds. So we're going to take 3 times 6D, and 3 times 6 is 18. So we have 118 seconds, but we need to add our extra 15 seconds. 0 plus 5 is 5, 8 plus 1 is 9, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So all I did here was we found out it took 3 minutes and 15 seconds each day, and now we found out that that's really 195 seconds for one day. But they want us to figure out how much it would be for 5 days. So this is for one day. So if this is for one day, how can I figure out what it is for 5 days? I have 195 seconds for one day, so I'm going to multiply 195 times 5 because we're seeing how much it is for 5 days. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry that 2. 5 times 9 is 45 plus 2. 45 plus 2 is 47. Carry that 4 for me. We have 5 times 1 is 5, plus our 4 is 9. So for all 5 days, it is 975 seconds. This one was a multi-step word problem. Don't let it confuse you. You guys did really good following along on that problem. Awesome. Now, take a second and finish that up and then get out your home links. Today we're not looking at math boxes because there's going to be another page after that we're going to look at that's not really going over this. So home links you will be able to do with what we did today, okay? So put your math journal away and get out your home links. You're done with your math journal for the day. Awesome job. Now, you have those number scales at the top still, showing us that minutes to seconds and hours to minutes. You are going to fill in those charts. Some of those numbers we already did together, and a lot of those are in the charts already, in the scale. So you shouldn't have any trouble doing it. Make sure you pay attention and you slow down. Then for 3 and 4, they're giving you a problem and you're going to solve it. It's a word problem and you need to solve it. All of ours were multi-step. We either had to add or subtract first and then multiply, okay? So make sure you follow all the steps to get to your complete answer. I do want you to try this, and it might just be a bonus point if you get it right. So do your best, okay? And then you are doing the practice. It is long addition. Remember, like always, you can use the back of this page to work out the problems if you don't have enough room on the front. You guys did awesome today. Keep up the great work and make sure you turn everything in for me. Thanks.